Welcome back, everyone. This is Austin Revel here at 2F by C Tactical. Just going to give you kind of a short video today, and just to kind of make mention of some stuff going on around the country. Now, I'm going to have a video coming up on what's going on in California with the source codes, but I wanted to talk specifically about the attacks we're seeing to the Second Amendment across the board, and it's multiple states. Just they're pushing hard in a way that we've really not seen the anti-gun movement become as militant as it has become. And it's got this weird dichotomy because recently with the shooting of ICE with Alex Peretti, we've seen, left-wing figures start to parrot pro to a talking points, not because that they believe that the rights you and I have, but because they are trying to prove their point. So it's really more about their side versus our side, if you will. And I'm talking about pro-gun versus anti-gun, mostly on this channel. We don't try to wade into politics too much, but we do have to make mention of why we're seeing, like Virginia, they have like 25 anti-gun bills moving through the state house right now, state legislature, both in the House and Senate. We did a video on that. We have the New Mexico House right now taking up their assault weapons ban. And when I say assault weapons, it's their words, not ours. But that's actually a gas-operated firearm ban. So anything that uses gas to make it go, with the exception of handguns, because they exempt them, that the bans. So yeah, your Ruger 1022 is for sure banned underneath this. It's stuff like that that's absolutely insane. And you go like, why so militant? Like, what is going on? And backlash is the answer, unfortunately. There's backlash to the Bruen ruling back in 2022 that established the right as text, history, and tradition, the same way we treat every other right, by the way. If the founding fathers wouldn't have banned speech online because they believed in free speech, it doesn't matter that there's the internet now and it didn't exist in 1791. They still would have allowed it because they didn't have any comparable laws to banning speech to today. That's how we treat the First Amendment. Therefore, the Second Amendment is an equal right, should be treated that way as well. So that's what we're fighting right now. And we do have to be vigilant. When it comes to Minnesota, there's a slew of anti-gun bills that will come up. Assault weapons bans, yes, 3D printing source codes. We tend to mirror here what other states are trying. So when you read our news section and everything, and you see us reporting on things across the country, we're doing it for a couple of reasons. First off, we want to be your one-stop, two-way shop. Whether it's coming for news or your products, we want to be that. Secondly, we do it because everything that's going on in other states has a tendency to filter across the United States. And we're mostly talking about anti-gun legislation. Pro-gun legislation doesn't seem to filter across the United States quite as fast as anti-gun legislation, at least in our state. Our state mirrors a lot of other blue states. And I know everyone in the comments is going to be like, we're not a blue state. I get it, but I'm talking about the people in charge predominantly are. So please support those who support you. Here in Minnesota, we're in the middle of we're just starting our legislative session. Support the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus. They are watching these bills. The way we have the agreement between Republicans and Democrats in this state in the House, because it's an even 50-50 split, means that the Republicans are speaker for 1 week and the Democrats are speaker for another week. It's kind of odd. I don't necessarily hate bipartisanship that way. 50-50 is not always bad. With that being said, just because this is Republican week and these bills ain't go anywhere doesn't mean next week it won't. And it only takes one. They only need 51 on 49 to pass something. And then in the Senate, it's a 1-seat majority for the DFL. So when it comes to anti-gun bills, this could teeter. Again, quicker video today. We just got to remember the backlash is here for, and a lot of this is the Bruen decision. That means that we can never let off the gas. We always have to fight for our rights. We always have to fight for our rights and not ever give up. That doesn't mean we can't win, and I think we can. And hopefully the Supreme Court will take up some of these tougher 2A cases for next term. They're supposed to conference all this stuff on Monday. Now do tune in, because we're gonna have a new series on the Lexington and Concord podcast that I do. That we have a new episode coming out with me and my brother Alexander Revel. So definitely go over there and check that out. That will be coming out this Friday. We have a new From the Vault series this week coming on Friday as well. I'm going to have a video on source codes, the source code lawsuit, I should say, on this channel. Coming out hopefully this week if I can get everything edited. And the big thing that I want to mention is if this is something you'd like, I would love to do a series, and it brief, not huge history dives, onto some American folk hero. Oh wow, can't speak. American folk heroes. When we talk about their rights, the 2A rights specifically, a lot of them are due to people who have come before us. Actually, all of them are preserved by the people who have come before us. So whether it be Washington, Adams, Jefferson, those are our founding fathers we for sure woke up to. But there's many others, whether it be David Crockett from Tennessee or maybe even, Theodore Roosevelt. I would love to do like a short series on these individuals that have shaped America and the rights that you and I enjoy and all that. If that's something you'd be interested in, please hit the comments down below. We will start a separate series on that. I'm unsure if I'm going to post it on this channel or the Lexington Concord podcast channel, but just let me know if that's something you'd be interested. Till next time, guys, we'll see you then.